Good evening and welcome to another edition of Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. I'm Jennings Bernard, your host. As always, you can catch us right here each and every day, Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. Welcome in, welcome in. You know what we do here. We talk business, legal, social, whatever affects you in this community, we will talk about it. Yes, right. Welcome in, welcome in. It is Wednesday, and we're getting close. Well, matter of fact, on tomorrow, it will be Thanksgiving. I want to take this opportunity. We know we got trouble in this city, as they say, in the river city of Memphis, Tennessee. But we're going to take time today, and if you will, you know the number 901 288 5779. And we're going to talk a little bit and be how grateful, how thankful that we are. We got plenty of time to talk about these politicians and how unqualified they are. But we can talk for years about that because if we don't change things in this next year, we will be talking about unqualified people as long as we've been talking about we are free or reparations or black people coming together. We will be talking about all of those things for years to come. And the problem with all of that is that most in this community can come out of the situation that they're in. If you're sitting in a situation and you can barely make ends meet, there's a way you can get out of that. And that is, first of all, think your way out of it. The statue here will be sitting on my desk, and it's a constant reminder, as I say, that most, but not all of the people do not think. If you think, you can get your way out of the situation you're in, because if you can think, you can come up with ideas. But sometimes we get too comfortable in a bad place, and the bad place become our everyday place because we don't think. We don't try to get out of a bad situation because we get comfortable in that situation. We get in that situation and we want people to feel sorry for us because we are in a certain situation that we could have gotten out of if you just think about it. I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly coming up with ideas as to how can I get to the next level. I've been that way all of my life. Whatever it is, whatever I participated in, whatever I was a part of, I always thought, how can I get to the next level? And most people just get comfortable in their situation because it's easier to do. Now, if you want to get to the next level, you got to sometimes fight to get there. You have to sometimes work to get there. But if you're comfortable in your rut, as you were saying often to yourself, I am in a rut. How do I get out of this rut? And prayer is good, and you pray to God. God help those, I believe, that help themselves. And when He gives you the mind and the ability to think, He wants you to use what He's given to you to help yourself to get out of those situations. Don't be comfortable with people giving you a fish sandwich. You think your way to become a fisherman so you can take care of your family for the rest of your life and teach them how to fish mentally, socially, even physically to get themselves out of the position. But I pray for those who are comfortable in their ruts. I pray for those who enjoy the once a year fish sandwich. that's been given to you. And thank God they're giving you a fish sandwich, but you should want more than just a fish sandwich. You should want to learn and know how to fish. Sometimes they will throw you a line and help you to fish, but when they don't do it, it's up to you to be the man, to be the woman, to learn how to fish so you can take care of yourself, so you can get into a higher level and get out of that rut. And we're going to talk about how they abuse you and how they want to keep you in that rut. So you can be dependent upon them to give you a fish sandwich. But I wouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You should always want to get out of the situation if it's not profitable for you, if it's not helping you, if it's not giving you the opportunity to lift yourself up by your own bootstrap. Then you're just caught in that rut, and you'll be in that rut for as long as you sit back and don't think, how do I do this? Every morning, every night, I go to bed, every morning I get up, I'm thinking, what about the next level? I will always be that way. I will always do that because that's the way I was raised, to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, and be a man about you no matter what. Even if you stand on that island and sometimes you feel like you're on an island all by yourself, but if you stand on that island for what is right and what is righteousness, then you will come out shining like the star that hangs in the universe, that cannot be denied, because every night when the sky is clear, you can look up and see a bunch of stars in the sky. And you one of those stars if you would just take the time to think and say, enough is enough. I'm going to do something. I'm going to seek the help to help me to learn how to fish my way through this life, because I'm sick and tired of getting fish sandwich that just will feed me for a day. And I asked the question for those who feel if they can't get anything right, no matter what the situation is, I'm stuck here. Once the fish sandwich is over, once the turkeys, and thank God for the turkey and the fish sandwich they're giving you. But our leaders supposed to give you more than just a fish sandwich. The election, the Constitution is by for the people and by the people, and those representatives have that obligation to do that for you. I'm gonna leave it with that. And like I said to you, I'm not going to be long, but I want to talk to you about a few things. First of all, I got a very special guest that's coming in. I've been reading his reports. He goes to the county commission, city council, even the state. He attacked these issues, sort of like I'm doing, sort of like I've been doing for the last 50 years or so on the radio, whether it's in the church. I've been attacking these issues and telling the people what need to be said and what they need to know. It's sort of like Noah telling the people it's going to rain. But it won't be rain this time, it will be fire this time. And we are in a situation that just the push of an ignorant leader can lead us to fire. You really don't know how blessed we are. You really don't know how easily we could be in the midst of fire. It all depends on who you have in leadership and the mentality that they have when it comes down to thinking. I'm the boss. I want you to recognize who I am. And others want you to believe that they're the boss and they want you to recognize who they are. And when you get men, women at a table who can't agree, you'll end up with fire this time. I'm just an individual trying to give you forewarning that if we don't do the right thing about ourselves, come 2026, we won't be able to control the ignorance, the stupidity of the leadership that you keep electing and putting in office. It's up to you. You are in a political ditch and you can't find your way out of it. Because if you did, you could have been out of the ditch many, many years ago. But because you let people think for you, tell you how to vote, tell you how to walk, tell you where you need to be and what you need to do, you need to take back your power. And that's your power to think and not allow someone else to think for you. I will always have my friend here that been with me over 50 years, sitting in every office that I ever had. And when I had time to think about a situation, I would turn and look at this statue here and say to myself, Bernard, you have to think your way out of this situation. You have to think before you get into a situation that you have to think your way out of it. It all comes down to your survival and you as a person. It comes down to you just thinking. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do that, you can be free of this mess politically that we are in this city. As I was saying, I have a gentleman coming on Wednesday. His pet peeve is the school board. He talks about the Memphis Light, Gas, and Water. I look forward to him being my guest on this coming Wednesday. If it's the Lord's will and the creek don't rise, I have Joe Kent who is coming on, and you go to my Facebook page on my timeline and you can see some of the things. I don't care who you are. I don't care what party you are part of, whether you're Democrat, Independent, or Republican. I don't care. But if you bring in truth to power, if you speak in that, if you bring it to the forefront and you have the question and the receipts, I welcome you here. And I'm saying to you right now, some of you are sitting out there right now, know that evil is ever present. You know individuals that are doing things right now that does not benefit you, nor does it benefit the society that we live in called Memphis, Tennessee. You know it. And it's time for you to step up to the plate. It's time for you to come together and not be afraid of telling the truth and shaming these devils. He will be here. Mark your calendar. Tell your friend to tell their friend to look at the show all the time, Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. But when I bring these guests in, I'm bringing people in with power, knowledge, understanding, and can break it down to you. If you want to get adjust to what we'll be talking about, go to my timeline, pan down, and you'll see where we're talking about the Memphis Light, Gas, and Water. I'm going to post a video that he sent me in regard to one of the council members going on a rant about what they do and how they go the extra mile. And I couldn't do nothing but sit and laugh at him as a clown. Because if it's so much trouble for you to do the right thing and be square and stand on the truth and tell the people, and you're so frustrated when they ask the question, Councilman, why don't you step down? If it's too much problem for you to be honest, tell the truth, what's going on with the Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, as we used to say, AKA Memphis Light, Gas, and Robbery. I have a problem when we're talking about $100 million. Where is it? We talk about 200 million to trim trees, but then some of the money is not there. Well, Mr. Kent will be here on Wednesday. We'll break this thing down here on Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. Uh, he's at the city council meetings when he's there and issues come up. And something strange about it, as long as I can remember going to the council meetings and other meetings, school boards and state and county, they get nervous when you show up in mass numbers. When you pack it out like the citizens of New Chicago did, they get an understanding that you mean business. But if you don't do it and you sit back and do absolutely nothing, then they don't expect anything from you and they will continue to do it. This council member had to be somewhere, as he says. I had a family emergency to come up. To me, that was just a cowardly act. You made your little rant, you made your little speech, but now you got a family emergency. Why? I believe you had a family emergency because you wanted to get out. Because the heat in the kitchen was too hot for you to bear. But the questions are still going to be asked. You can run, but you can't hide. Forensic audit is going to be done and should be done clearly across the whole spectrum of every political office that we own. There need to be a mandate that whenever a person take a position of leadership, it needs to be an audit done. Now, if you had just an ounce of sense, you wouldn't take on a position that you hadn't done an audit on. Because once you take that position, such as Paul Young, a $77.7 million deficit that he's yet to address and probably will not address because he was put there not to address it, but just move on with other agendas and forget it. But people, you got a $77.7 million deficit that was left by the previous administration. And you're going to take on that debt responsibility and you're going to ignore it until the next administration come in, so forth and so on. And what we do, we take good money, throwing it down a bad hole. You need to address, if you got any kind of sense, common at least, you need to address the situation that you would not be responsible for. That's what a good leader does. But it's a fool who accepts a position where there's a deficit left and you asking the taxpayers to give you more money to cover up these deficits. And long after that, the deficit is forgotten. Where did the money go? Whose pocket did the money go into? Those are key questions that politicians don't want to ask. They would tap dance better than Bojangles Robinson. And he was a great tap dancer. And some of them would give him competition. If you don't know who Bill Bojangles Robinson is, you remember an episode where Shirley Temple, some of you all may remember, he was tap dancing with her on the steps. And if you remember that, you remember who I'm talking about. And some of these politicians tap dance around the issue better than Bill Bojangles Robinson. And he was a great tap dancer. But what we do, we sit back and do nothing and allow these things to happen. My guest will be here Wednesday. We will dive into it deeper. And I told him whatever information he has, whatever it's about, feel free to send it to me. I'm going to post it. And I ask you as always to subscribe to this Facebook page down at the bottom. You can hit subscribe. And I thank all of you who are subscribing to this, to all of my followers, over 6,000 followers. We want you to subscribe. To my friends, that's 5,000, the limit that I can't add anymore. But once someone started attacking and do not do constructive criticism, then they out the window. And then the next person moves up. We can negotiate, we can debate, We can do the disagreeable without being disagreeable. We can do all of that. But when you start calling names, when you start attacking, then you don't have a spot on this program because I'm going to remove you, I'm going to block you because negative attitudes and comments will not be allowed on this program. I'm a positive thinker, I'm a positive person, and there are some negatives that you have to bring, but it's not directed to me because I'm not the person that we're talking about. If you want to direct a negative, you direct it to the person that's supposed to be your representative. Okay? But the thing about that is strange that you rather send your negative toward me because I'm telling you the truth and shaming these devils, as opposed to taking your negative straight to the devil, one who is lying to you, deceiving you. Those are the individuals you put into office, and you need to take the cover off of it. You need to pull it off, and these people know you know, and they are hoping and praying that you never find out. But this program and others like Joe Kent and others who are stepping out, who has the courage to say, wait a minute, what you're doing is not right here. You're supposed to represent us. You don't supposed to become a millionaire because you've been elected and been in a position for all these years. And I asked anybody to explain to me how Steve Cohen is worth $10 million. Been in a district that predominantly, excuse me, African American, but he comes out a millionaire. What did he do to earn, as they say, the receipts? $10 million during the time he represented people. Everybody make money off the black folks, but black folks making money off themselves. Wow. Look at your community. Every business that's in the black community are people pretty much, the majority don't look like you and I. They come in, take the money from the well, go on back to East Memphis or wherever they going to live. But every morning they find their way back to a community that they talk about, but yet they come and get the money out of it. When will we wake up and say enough is enough? Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to Brother Kent being here. Look forward to others to say, hey, I want to come in and sit down in the studio and talk to you. Come on. You know how to call me. You know how to email me. You can go to the Facebook page as well as MemphisRealTalk.com. You see there is a comment page that you can contact us, leave your information, and we'll get back to you. We'll set up a time for you to come on to this program. To the politicians who are running, we got a space for you. You can call that number also, 901-288-5779, and we welcome you in. 2026 will be a totally different year. Things are going to happen. Woods are going to be pulled off the heads of these individuals who have these secrets, who live with these deceiving secrets. One who think that you would never figure them out, but we're going to figure it out. And the way we figure it out is with your help. And that's what we need. If you want to make a difference, then make a difference. If you want to get out of that ditch, then get out of that ditch. If you want more than just a fish sandwich once a year, enjoy the fish sandwich. But after you don't eat all the meat off that fish sandwich, and you ain't got nothing but bones left, and you throw them into the garbage, now what? You're still in the rabbit hole until the next year, where they reach out and give you a turkey or a fish sandwich. It's just a temporary fix. I'm here to make it a permanent fix. I'm here to tell you what you need to do. Some may like it, some may not. Some may say, oh man, Bernard is just too cold. It ain't about being cold, it's about the truth. So you got to understand something. The truth is cold when it's the truth. And the truth will always be the truth. So if you're doing something that's not trustworthy, then sooner or later, whatever is done in the darkness will come to light. I believe that. I believe whatever goes around comes around in one shape, form, or fashion. Your come around may be a sickness or illness. Your come around may be a loved one lost through the line that you're telling that this city is safe. See, that goes around, comes around. Some call it karma. All of that, that is alive and well. And that's something called a conscience. When you know the lie that came out of your mouth, you know it's a lie before you even open your mouth. But you still tell the lie in support of these people that are taking you down this rabbit hole of no return. But when are you going to wake up? Your karma is coming. Your come around is coming. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Sow good seeds, so you won't end up reaping the whirlwind. He who reaps the wind shall reap the whirlwind. And for all of these people thinking they getting over on the people of God, who God said that the poor shall be among you always. For those he allowed to be in leadership, and you do more for yourself than for his people. He told you there will be among you always, but yet you worrying about yourself, your buddies, and your friends. When you can go to City Hall and the main people in City Hall are mostly a part of a fraternity or sorority, meaning that nobody else is qualified in their opinion. They got their little group. Do a survey and see how many people that are Kappas in this city that hold key position. And you don't even know it. But we're going to get back on the Kappas again because I know what they're all about because we got the receipts on them. And people are going to come in and we're going to talk about it. At some point, when an organization or fraternity or sorority think they're better than anybody else, it's time for to bring them down a peg. And I think this forensic audit will bring them down. Kappas, watch out, we coming. We coming for you because of the foolishness that the people have allowed you to continue to do. You know how to contact me? Contact me by way of email at Sonny, Sonny, Bernard, Bernard, that's one word, at att.net. Go to the Facebook page and leave a message, or go over to the website at memphisrealtalk.com. Leave it, we'll get back with you. But let us dust off our shoes of not being involved and put on your shoes of being involved in 26. You can raise, as a former congressman said, you can raise some good, excuse me, you can raise hell. In other way, you can raise it in a good way. Right now, it's beneath me. I can't think of what he said. Somebody over there put it on that comment page, so I know exactly uh, what the quote was. I know once I get through talking to you, the quote will come to me uh, like that. But I'm Jennings Bernard. You've been listening to Good Trouble. Yeah, every now and then we need to get into some good trouble, and it's up to you to do that. I want to take this opportunity and thank you for listening. Thank you as we come close and get closer to the end of this year that God has allowed us to be here and to be a part and do what we do here. We thank God for that. We thank God for you listening and subscribing and going to the Memphis Real Talk page, leaving a donation. And we're just grateful for you because the numbers are great every month. Great numbers of you all who listen and watch these videos throughout the internet world. You listen to MemphisRealTalk.com. You listen to all of the others, Spotify, X, YouTube, uh, Instagram. We own all of those. And you can go and subscribe to all of those as well. And I want to thank the team that are behind the scene that are helping me to produce and to do what is necessary that you get these programs. We're going to bring the team out again as we brought the head of this team, and he talked to you a little while. But if you're out there and you need a Facebook page, you can. They'll show you how to set that up if you don't know how to set it up. They can show you how to maintain it if you don't know how to maintain it. If you need a website, they can do that as well. We'll be bringing that to you. And as we grow and expand from this studio to be able to have the studio with multiple channels and things, that's how I think. I think on a larger scale whenever I get into whatever I'm doing. I think on a larger frame, and that's what I do. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. There's room for you here as a part of this organization, whether it be the Black Community Organization, whether it be the Enough is Enough organization, all on Facebook that expand across you and giving you three different, just on Facebook, you can catch it from the Black Community Organization. You can catch it from Enough is Enough, as well as Facebook and other uh, pages that we have. And it's all for you. And all I got is the time that God got me and given me to be here. And from that time, I'm going to make a difference, whether you like it or whether not. I'm going to do what I do, and I'm not going nowhere until He said it's time for me to come somewhere. In the words of my grandmother, she always said, if it's the Lord's will and the creek don't rise, we will see you. And I'm debating this. I know I won't be here tomorrow because I'm going to enjoy family. But Friday is up in the air. But if you don't see me on Friday, then I will see you on Monday. But it's debatable right now as to whether I will be here. And more likely, I probably will. But on tomorrow, I'm going to let you enjoy yourself with your family. And I pray for your family and pray for your being, that all is well with you, that you be safe in this city that we call Memphis, Tennessee. Remember what I said. I always say, trust everyone, but do not trust the devil inside of them. God bless you. You have a happy Thanksgiving. You enjoy family because it very easily could be the last time that you sit at the table as a family and someone not being there a year from now, a day from now, a week from now. Enjoy them, embrace them, appreciate them. Because once it's over, it's over. And always remember only what you do for Christ will last. God bless you. God keep you until we come together again. Take care.